You download it for free. No instructions, no warning label, just a clean icon. And a promise to connect, to express yourself, to be seen. And yet, somewhere between the first swipe and the 1,000th scroll, something quietly breaks. Not the app, you. This is the story of the app that trained a generation to hate themselves, and almost nobody noticed it happening. At first it feels harmless, a mirror that talks back, a place where everyone else seems confident, beautiful, successful, a place where attention is quantified, hearts, likes, views, neat little numbers that tell you, silently, how much you matter. For the first time in human history, self-worth becomes measurable. And once something can be measured, it can be optimized. The app doesn't tell you who to be. It shows you, again and again and again. Each swipe is a lesson. This is what gets love. This is what gets ignored. This is what people want. And slowly, subconsciously, you start editing yourself. The people who built these platforms didn't set out to destroy anyone's self-esteem. They were chasing engagement, time spent, retention, growth. Because attention isn't just valuable, it's the most valuable resource on Earth. If an app can keep you looking at it for one more minute, that minute can be sold, advertised, targeted, and the most reliable way to keep someone hooked is to make them feel incomplete. Psychologists have known this for decades. The brain is wired to compare, to measure status, to seek validation from the group. But those instincts evolved in small tribes. Dozens of people, not millions. The app changed the scale. Now, a 15-year-old isn't comparing themselves to classmates. They're comparing themselves to the most attractive, curated, filtered humans on the planet, every day. And here's the twist. The app doesn't just show you people who are better than you. It shows you people who are almost better than you. Close enough to feel achievable, far enough to feel inadequate. That gap is where the magic happens. Because if you were truly hopeless, you'd quit. But if you feel almost good enough, you keep scrolling, you keep posting, you keep trying. Former engineers have since spoken out. They describe internal meetings where success wasn't measured by happiness, but by how often users came back feeling the urge to check again. Not joy, compulsion. One ex-designer admitted the goal wasn't to make people confident, it was to make them care. Deeply, painfully, because caring creates clicks. Over time, the app begins to teach a curriculum. Lesson 1, your natural face is not enough. Lesson 2, your body should look different. Lesson 3, your life should be more exciting. And the final lesson, the most dangerous one, if you feel bad, it's your fault, because everyone else looks fine. Studies started appearing quietly. Rising anxiety, rising depression, exploding rates of body dysmorphia among teenagers, especially girls, but increasingly boys too. Doctors notice patients bringing screenshots to therapy, not of messages, of faces. Their faces, asking what was wrong with them, what needed fixing, what filter they should use next. And yet the app kept growing. Because from the outside, it looked like culture, like fun, like connection. No one wants to admit that something so popular could be harmful, especially when it's profitable. But the most unsettling part isn't what the app shows you, it's what it hides. You don't see the hundreds of failed takes behind one perfect clip. You don't see the editing, the lighting, the insecurity. You see the outcome, polished, effortless, unreal, and your brain doesn't know the difference. It reacts as if this is normal, as if you are the abnormal one. Over time, the app becomes a feedback loop. You feel insecure. You open the app. The app reinforces the insecurity. You stay longer. From a business perspective, it's brilliant. From a human perspective, it's devastating. What's rarely discussed is how early this training begins. Children now learn to see themselves through a camera before they fully understand who they are. Before identity forms, the audience arrives. Before self-acceptance, the algorithm speaks. And algorithms don't care about your mental health. They care about patterns. If insecurity keeps you scrolling, insecurity wins. Some creators escape the cycle. They get famous. They get rich. But even many of them admit something feels wrong. They're rewarded for being a version of themselves they can't maintain. They become a brand trapped inside a human body. Always watched, always judged, always replaceable. So why don't people just leave? Because the app didn't just build a platform, it built a mirror and taught a generation to check it constantly. Leaving feels like disappearing, like opting out of relevance, like choosing silence in a world that only listens to noise. In recent years, executives have promised change, wellness features, time limits, gentler language. But the core incentive remains the same. More time, more comparison, more self-doubt. Because the system doesn't profit from healing, it profits from hunger. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The app didn't invent insecurity. It industrialized it, packaged it, scaled it, sold it back to us. But awareness changes things. Once you see the pattern, it loses some power. You realize the problem was never that you weren't enough. It's that you were taught to forget you already were. This generation wasn't weak. It was trained to perform, to compare, to seek permission to exist. And untraining that might be the most important work of all. Because the most radical thing you can do in a world that profits from your self-hatred is to stop believing the mirror.